Hello, you people who dream of clinging onto the underside of Falcor from Neverending Story and humping yourselves dry. Jim Sterling here, and this is Ratchet and Clank. This is the reboot, based on the movie, based on the game. And to everyone's surprise, it's turned out alright. A lot of people have been pleasantly surprised and pleased with the quality of the game. It's very much more Ratchet and Clank, but given the attempts to reinvent the wheel with the series that we've seen with various games, it's nice to have just something that goes back to basics. You know, it's more classic Ratchet and Clank. None of that all-for-one bollocks or any of that. You know, it is what it is. You've got your Lombax, your little rat fella here with his robot friend, whole bunch of ridiculous weapons, and you run around shooting all the stuff. So that's good. And I've been playing it this week. I actually had a review copy before launch, but it wouldn't download. It showed up as me owning the game, but I couldn't get it off their servers, so it took me a while to get to it. And they gave me a second code to work it out, but I couldn't get that to work either. But on when was it? Monday it finally worked, so I've been playing it since then, and I think I'm fairly near the end now. I've been mainlining it to get a review up on thejimposition.com, and it's very enjoyable. It is very enjoyable. This is again one of those instances where I've just been recording footage from the PS4 as I've been going for, just because I might as well while I'm reviewing it, if I, get some gameplay that I think is decent or, gives a good idea of the game. Just hit the share button and then you've got it. You'll notice the result of that is a little avatar of Ratchet in the corner of the screen at the bottom left. I don't know why they've done that. The last time we saw something like that was on Dragon Quest Heroes, when there was copyright information from Square Enix and whatnot in the corner. So terrified they were that you may not know that Square Enix owns the rights to Dragon Quest in a YouTube video, because obviously they'd lose millions of dollars if you didn't know that. This is even weirder, because it's not like it says, owned by whoever. It's not got Sony's copyright information on it. It's not got any copyright information. It's just a picture of Ratchet, as if the image of Ratchet on the screen right now doing all the Ratchet and Clank gameplay in a Ratchet and Clank game wouldn't be enough of a clue that this is Ratchet and Clank. No, you've got to have a picture of him in the corner so that people are watching him on screen going, what the fuck game is this? And then they look down and go, oh, it's a picture of Ratchet's face. Now I know it's a Ratchet and Clank game. I don't know why that picture's there, but it is, of course, up to the developers and the publishers to put whatever image they want and overlay it over the PS4 share footage, which is fair enough or whatever. So anyway, this is a level that I recorded because it was set on a train, and I thought that was fun. And it is one of the more dynamic levels. It's a good laugh. Train levels are often fun. Well, they can often be fun, but then they can also be just fucking annoying at times. This was me not getting what I was supposed to do for a moment. There we are, swinging along. So yeah, all of the classic Ratchet and Clank stuff's there, you've got some classic weapons. I haven't got any of the footage, but later in the game you get the Ripper, the old saw blade weapon. You've got Mr. Zircon here, the little robot who hangs around and fires automatically for you. I'm a big fan of Mr. Zircon. I tend to, in a Ratchet and Clank game, latch on to the whatever passive attacker you can get, whether it's Mr. Zircon or that time they had the little robots that you could have, the little tiny ones, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a long time since I played the old Ratchet and Clank games, because, well, they're old Ratchet and Clank games. Yeah, someone actually on Ask FM asked me what my experience was with the series, and I've never been the most into Ratchet and Clank, or indeed, Jak and Daxter's the one I have less experience with. But I was a big fan of Up Your Arsenal. I played that one a lot back in the day. And I've given a look at, a fair few of the others since then. I don't think I played the time travel-y one. I just call it that. But there you go. I am I like the series. I've got a good deal of respect for it. Its sense of humour often makes me cringe. I often find it somewhat upsetting. But the gameplay itself is rock solid, and it does have some good characters. Dr. Nefarious being the primary example of easily my favourite character in the series, and one of my more enjoyed villains in a game. I like him with his overacting and shrieking, and it's a really cool visual design, the robot version. Dr. Nefarious is... I died there, that sucks. Would have been a nice string of gameplay, but I died and ruined it. Dr. Nefarious is actually in this game, which surprised me. I didn't know he was in it, and I was quite pleased. This being a reboot, he's been added in his pre-robot form. You see him like right at the beginning of the game, working with the main bad guy, Drac. And that was fun. I do like Nefarious, so cool. I know, God, last time we did a video of this we did our second Dark Souls video on PC. By the way, I've still got the PS4 footage that I said I'd upload last week that I haven't yet. Stuff came up and I had a bunch of other videos I wanted to get done first. But I do have that footage and we'll be doing that. But I know one person was a bit upset by this style of video, the one where I just commentate over footage I've already done, and I was very sarcastic in my response. Just not trying to be overly insulting, just having a laugh, but there you go. I know some people don't care for it, and some people really like it. They like the more casual, sort of laid-back chat-at. I do tend to not talk about the game so much as just start talking bollocks, but I like them. I like doing these videos, the more reflective ones. And, you know, I think the big pushback was it's not very useful as a buyer of games. And I'm like, well, you know, if you want to know whether or not you should buy Dark Souls 3, first of all, you shouldn't be listening to some random reviewer. You should go with your gut. If you, my advice when people ask me if they should buy something is, do you want to buy it? Just fucking buy it. But if you really want my thoughts on the game itself, I mean, chances are, if it's worth talking about, I've done a review of it on thejimposition.com, so go read that, or what have you, you know. But there you go. I mean, I've not got the review of this up yet. I will do, so you can wait for it, or you could just read all of the ones that got up on time, unlike me, because I didn't get mine up on time. The Pyronator, Pyrocinerator, I can't remember what the fucking is, Pyro something, the Flamethrower, has pretty quickly secured its place as my favourite weapon of this particular game so far. Not normally a user of flamethrower type weapons, but this one, like, once you upgrade it and stuff, it does the fucking job. Like, Pyro, you get the flamethrower and Mr. Zircon there, and you're sorted, as far as I'm concerned, with, you know, one of the other weapons for range. Of course, this being a Ratchet and Clank game, the issue is always ammo. Weapons run out of their ammo very quickly, because the game wants to encourage you, quote-unquote, encourage you to switch weapons a lot, which to be honest, I find it that a bit annoying. I find it more forcing than encouraging for me to keep switching weapons, which, you know, is alright. But you can only map 4 weapons to the D-pad for quick select, and you can burn through them quick. You know, if you're in an extended fight without much ammo around, then you can run out of stuff fairly quickly. And I like having favourite weapons, you know, so I get sad when I can't use them. But, you know, you can get stuff from the weapon wheel here, of course. Photons around. Hang on. It's gone now. Anyway, flamethrower. I'll just call it fucking flamethrower. But there's all sorts of, you know, very exotic and strange weapons that turn up. I think in this video footage I've got the Pixelator, which will be pretty self-explanatory when you see it, and the Groovatron, the disco ball that makes enemies dance, you know. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. So that's good. But yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. It's back on top form. The opportunity for the reboot, even though it's very knowingly a reboot and makes fun of that fact, which I do find rather charming in a game where I don't often care for the jokes. I do find that rather amusing, the fact that it is very cognizant of the fact that it's a reboot of a reboot of a licensed version of a reboot of a game that is also a movie. There are many ways you could describe it, and I failed spectacularly at all of them. But it's fun, and I think going back to basics like that was a good opportunity for the series. Kind of strip away any major expectations and any complications, and just get back to what the game is best at. And it's worked out very well, I think, very well for the game. Because you can't really go too wrong with a game like this. Just a bunch of robots and aliens and guns. I say that, but then I've played a lot of games on Steam that are robots and aliens and guns, and they go very, very wrong. I'll say, with the requisite baseline of talent, it's hard to go wrong with aliens and robots and guns. But you've got to have that requisite baseline in order for it to work, because otherwise it will go very wrong. Yeah. And the game nails that post-combat satisfaction of finding the big pile of crates full of stuff that fly towards you with very, very satisfying chingly noises. It's jangly, I guess, would be a better term. That's the Pixelator. It is a shotgun-style weapon that, as you can see, pixelates enemies. Because why not? Why not do that? Huh? What, are you an idiot? Why not? Anyway, you don't get a lot of games like this these days. That's the main thing. God, that was just like Dark Souls. Enemies hiding around corners. This is the Dark Souls of movie tie-ins. I'm sorry. I know it's considered old hat and somewhat gauche to say the whole Dark Souls of something, but I still get endless amusement from doing it. I do like the Reboot. It's fun. Yeah, got turrets. Of course you got turrets, that's good. Just had to do a little commentary on the gameplay. I just shot a door with a turret, and now I'm going to go over to these... No, I'm walking away from those crates, because robots turned up, so I've got to get the turret back into commission. Shoot the big robot. There we are, we shot it. And here are some small robots, and we shot those too. Look at that, I could be a commentator on esports with that kind of commentary, couldn't I? Tell me I could. I wouldn't. I wouldn't fit in. I wouldn't. It's not my scene. You know? They'd hate me. Because even by their standards, I'd be fucking annoying. You know? Fucking annoying. That's the Predator, that weapon there. Lock on, shoot explodey gun bullets. Sorry, I was very amused by the term explodey gun bullets then. Yeah, that's me. I'll get back on the turret, matey boy. So yeah, I'm quite taken with it. I don't think I've been this satisfied with the Ratchet and Clank since Up Your Arsenal. Which, blimey, I was still in England when I played Up Your Arsenal. Fuck, when was that? I was living in the scary flat. That was just us shooting at each other, even though you didn't do anything. I was just having health like slowly siphoned off me. But there we are. All's good. All's fun.
Are those grind boots?
And then we get the old grav boots so we can do grinding on rails, which is still fun. It's still fun. I think that's the big takeaway from this game, is a lot of stuff that's fallen out of fashion is still fun. You know, grinding on rails, mascot platforming, you know, bright colours. It's better this generation so far than it was last generation, but we still are in a deficit of bright colours, which baffles the hell out of me, because bright colours look so much better in HD. Like, you push last generation as the HD generation, and yet everything was grey and drab and brown and murky, and it doesn't look as good in high def. You've got a big HD TV, and I said this, and I still stand by it when I said that Viva Pinata was the best looking game last generation, because not only was the artistic style very endearing, the colours just looked fucking amazing for an HD console, and a lot of that's true on this as well. Like, it's, you know, I just got done. I'm playing through Dark Souls on console. Dark Souls 3 in New Game Plus on the PS4 version now, and you know, that game is fucking gorgeous and the art direction is magnificent, but to go from that to something this colourful and bright and breezy is just lovely. You know, it's just lovely to have this. I mean, you've seen, I've shown just 3 levels. Actually, I think it's 2 levels actually. With one of them being an interior and this an exterior, and just the sheer variety of the colour palettes is incredible. It is very verdant. It is a verdant game, but we are coming up towards the end now, and I do hope that you enjoyed my little rambling and chatting and everything, or even if you didn't, I hope that you, well, tolerated it, I guess. But that's Ratchet and Clank on the PS4, highly recommended. I wouldn't say highly recommended. It is recommended, and I'll see you next time. Bye.